Welcome to Curly Q&A Mondays with Melanie. This is our 80th episode. Can you believe that?
80th.
80th episode.
Wow.
This is the internet's.
We're getting old.
We are. All
We're
of
getting
us.
older by the week.
Older by the week. This is the internet's only curly and natural hair Q&A hosted by professionals. That's really the difference. We're actually pros at what we do. So
Yeah, we're actual technicians and we have real live advice.
Real live advice every week, every Monday night. And actually we have all kinds of. Do you have a fun fact for this week? I mean, don't tell it yet, but I'm just asking.
Thought of it on the way here.
We have all kinds of neat stuff coming up, and a couple of interesting things happened today that we found out are going to be happening. Before I get into everything else, I figure I'll touch base on that. There's a couple of different ways you can watch this show now. There used to only be this Facebook Live in the Curly Girl support group, but now there are several other ways to do it as well. Instagram at Raw Curls. You can watch it live on Instagram. A lot of people do. Thanks for joining us there. You can also watch this show recorded at any time. And we're archiving them now on our Raw Curls YouTube channel. So, and I believe we will be quote unquote live after this is done. Is that correct? Let me ask the producer. Is that correct, Rhett? Will it be live will it be pseudo live tonight on YouTube, on the YouTube channel?
It should be because it's archived there.
It should be because it's archived there. You'll see other ones there, which is really cool.
And tell us why anybody should watch. Who are we?
Who are we? That's the next thing. I'm your host. I'm Ken Nichols, and this is Melanie Nichols. She is my co-host. She is the founder of Raw Hair Organics, which is the parent company of Raw Curls, which is the top organic and natural curly and natural hair brand in the world. I might be a little biased, but I'm pretty sure I know pretty much every brand out there, and it's pretty darn good. So,
Is that self-proclaimed?
That's self-proclaimed, and other people. Also, Melanie is the founder of the Raw Hair Organic Salon in beautiful Naples, Florida. It is one of the top curly and natural hair salons in the country, where she is a behind-the-chair stylist on a daily basis, pretty much, right?
That's right.
Still doing hair every day, still doing curls.
12 to 14 hours.
Yeah. Also the founder of the Raw Curls Cutting System and the Raw Curls Academy, where she trains professional hairstylists, licensed hairstylists from across the country and across the globe how to do curls the right way. The right way. She's a graduate of the Aveda Institute, and was trained and mentored by a U.S. and British national hairdressing champion. Still is, as a matter of fact. She's an American board certified master hair colorist and a former exam evaluator and educator, one of only 19 exam evaluators in the country. And she was a Broadway stylist for the hit show 42nd Street. Jazz hands? Jazz hands. And
we'll have everyone doing jazz hands.
Right, we'll have everyone doing jazz hands.
I want to see your jazz hands again.
I'm not a good dancer. I'm not.
You're right. You had trouble doing the polka and your Polish.
I can't. Well, because I have to count every step. That's why.
I tried to mix it up a little bit, and he was all thrown off. It's like, if it's not back and forth to the side, polka, then forget about it.
That's just it's not my strong suit. It just isn't. Anyway, she's Melanie's has 2 college degrees, one in business management and one in accounting. Am I missing anything else? Oh, also, yeah, she, for about the last 12 or 14 years, she also, volunteers 1 day a month and runs the American Cancer Society Look Good, Feel Better program. You want to tell us about that quick?
Yeah, that's a really awesome program sponsored by American Cancer Society and some other organizations that get together that donate makeup and skincare products for women that are going through cancer. So what we do as professionals, we volunteer our time and we meet with these women going through treatment, and we teach them how to work with their skin and skincare and makeup, because that all changes when you're going through cancer. As we know, the skin gets really dry, gray, you have hair loss, a lot of times they lose their eyelashes and eyebrows. And so just learning how to deal with these changes and helping them to make, them feel better, that they can go out in public, or it actually just helps them to feel better, to know how to do these things. Not that they would every single day, but that's what the program's about. And it's all free. So it's a really awesome program.
That is really cool. It is really cool. Rhett, do we need to do an echo check, or are we good? We're good. No echo.
Oh, good.
So did you try any or use any of those skills from Look Good, Feel Better on your mother this week?
I did. I did. And you forgot to announce that we have a guest tonight.
We have a guest tonight. We'll talk about that guest later, I guess.
Oh,
She's
well.
busy. Oh, would you like me to introduce?
Yeah.
For those of you who are new,
For those of
this
you
is
who miss Miss Miley.
She hasn't been around lately.
Yeah, she wanted to come and join the show again tonight. She's one of our Raw Paws mascots.
One of them.
And founders.
Yeah, one of them.
So she's
Raw
still
Paws
here.
is one of our brands, one of the
Yes,
brands. We have,
yes.
I don't know, 6 or 5 or something.
So that's our pet line. That's the pet line that we created and developed.
Bless
Wow.
you.
Give everybody a sneeze, huh?
Yeah.
So anyway, she decided to join us for this evening. If you have any Raw Paws questions. She doesn't have curly hair, but she can help
No,
with the
she
dog.
doesn't. She doesn't. But anyway, so you used them on your mom?
Okay, so yes, actually, one of the things that we teach the women is how to use scarves and turbans to work with their bald heads. So I did teach my mom how to do that. Not so much with the makeup. She actually has not lost her eyebrows or eyelashes, which is amazing. In fact, we always have laughs no matter what the situation is. We always find things to have, some humor in. And one of the things was, she's kind of mad because she's getting like more, it seems like whiskers. And, she's like, if the hair is going to fall out,
Right,
at least the whiskers could go away. Yeah. So
Right.
I had to bring out my tweezers and tweeze the whiskers and stuff again and do some grooming with her nails and everything. It's just, it's unbelievable. But you didn't lose your eyebrows or
I was
eyelashes
just going to
either.
ask you if you remembered. I couldn't
Yeah.
remember. Did I lose my eyebrows? No.
You did
I don't think I lost my
not.
eyelashes either.
No, you didn't. Just the head, hair on your
Yeah.
head.
You know what I did lose, now that I think of it? I lost the hair in my nose.
Oh. Was that weird?
No, it was actually really, really cool.
I wish that would happen again.
I know. Tell me about it. I wish you would too. Yeah, I lost that. And there's like, no, I think that was it.
You never had chest hair, so that was no.
Well, I do now.
Oh, well.
It really came in now. It's funny. My hair texture changed when it came back, and then we had to shave it off, and then it came back again. It was better.
He almost cried. He didn't want me to shave it off. He was attached to this.
Because it went months without any, right?
If anyone,
you see me without any hair, it's not pretty.
Yeah, he looked like
Alien.
something from Star Trek. You have a cone head. He's got a cone head. That's a fun fact. Ken has a cone head.
Great.
He was a cone head baby, and
Yay.
it never went down.
No.
And so his hair hides it.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Yeah.
Now everybody knows. Great. Wonderful. Moving on.
But yeah,
Is that the fun fact for tonight?
That was one of them. But yeah, I told my mom, they had a little picture of her I asked for a printout of her medications that they were giving her, and I looked at it and I started laughing. She's like, what? And I said, well, there's a little picture on here. She's like, a picture? I said, yeah, and you look like a little alien. And she looked at it and she started laughing so hard. She's like, I do look like an alien. So that was our big laugh, besides the whiskers.
Right.
Oh, it was just such a weird picture.
Hey, I have a fun fact that I'm going to let the cat out of the bag because my producer told me I ethically have to.
Oh.
If you guys watched the show last Monday night, Melanie and I watched it with you in an airport restaurant.
Yes.
It was not live. It was actually pre-recorded. We the week before we knew we were going to be out of town, and so we recorded 2 shows back to back, changed our clothes so it looked different, and
we had a costume change.
Had a costume
Just like
change, right? We had a 5-minute break between shows, and we filmed another one, and we were out of town at the time, and Melanie was catching a flight Monday night. So we went to the airport a little bit early, had dinner together, and I dropped her off, and we literally sat in the restaurant. Oh, and we were the annoying couple who we didn't put headphones on. No, we just let the phone play loud. I hate it when people do that. But there was nobody sitting around us.
No, there was nobody there.
Yeah. So anyway, we watched it with you. So, all right, should we get into questions?
Yes.
We're trying to stay on a time. We're trying
That's
to stay.
hard for Ken.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for me. So you can hold your fun fact and not forget it, eh?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right, let's go into the first question. First one's from Carrie Copus. She wants to know, why does my hair or my curls reject oil? I'm assuming what she means by this, because she left it as just a one sentence question. My guess is she's trying to use, oil with her curls, and it doesn't seem to be working well for her. Why do you think? Coating, maybe?
Yeah, I'm guessing that
Not letting moisture in?
Yep. I'm guessing that there's a buildup on the hair that is repelling the oil from being able to penetrate.
Okay. What's the solution?
Detox or clarify.
Detox or clarify.
Yep.
And then what? And no oil again, or can she go back to oil but use it minimally, or what do you
and actually this could, when she's saying rejecting oil, I'm wondering what she's meaning by that. Like you're saying, if it's not penetrating, or if she's having an adverse reaction.
Or is it coating so much after using it for enough time without detox and clarifying that it's just sitting on there?
Right. Yeah, that's what I would guess. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So thus she can get frizz too, and.
Well, yeah, because it's not working. It's not doing what it's meant to do.
Dina, I hope you're watching.
Just like Alita that wasn't watching when I answered the question.
There's two. Alita, Dina, both you guys. I hope you're listening, because this is for you. Yeah.
So then, I would clarify and then, try it again. But you need to strip whatever is coating the hair, and then, go back to trying to be able to use the oil.
Sure. One other kind of thing I should probably throw out there, probably should have did in the intro.
I have actually something else just jumped into my head like usual. I wonder if she's trying to mix that with other products, or if she's just putting it on like wet hair, because water and oil don't mix. So if her hair's just really wet and she's trying to apply the oil on that way, that wouldn't work either. Like I use it as a finishing product, so you could have a problem getting it to penetrate into the hair if you're trying to mix it with just really wet hair.
Not to mention, boy, this question, we could go really deep on it too, because she could be using an oil that's, a lot of store-bought oils, if you don't look close on the labels, a lot of them, have 2 or 3 or 4 different silicones in them.
Oh yeah, they're loaded.
They're loaded with silicones. So right there, whereas other oils, raw curls oil, saying 100% organic. I mean, there's nothing in there but straight oil. And there's several other brands that do. But you got to read the labels to know. But something else I should have brought up. We were out of town, and Melanie did a couple of stops. I did one. And at our first stop, we last Sunday, we went out to dinner. No, we went out to lunch with some friends, and Melanie decided the next day, Monday, that she would go to her friend's salon and do some curls for the day. And
only because I was flying out late and I didn't have anything planned.
Right, she didn't have anything planned. It was the way she was flying
totally
out.
Impromptu. I didn't even have shears, so if anybody saw that, I didn't have shears. We didn't have any of the Raw Curls products. It was just totally impromptu. And, I had to improvise big time. And it was actually kind of funny. Is that what you were going to bring up?
Well, I was going to bring up, I was going to throw out a thank you shout out that we should, because if you saw the pictures of the people that, Melanie did a bunch of before and after pictures and videos and whatever, that one got a lot, like 2,000 views.
Really?
Yeah. Katie's
daughter?
No, no, it was Alita's after.
Oh.
But
she was so mad.
She was so mad.
Sorry, Alita. But guess what? Everybody loved you, and you're beautiful. So get over it.
Get over it. But yeah, I the first one that she did was Megan, and did her hair, her curls, and we need to thank her, because Megan was nice enough to give up her bedroom for a week, so we could mess it all up, and so she could sleep on a futon. Yeah, she got a curly cut out of it. So anyway, so note to if you want us to travel in your city, have a room available and food.
So anyway, what you wanted me to talk about was the products. It was very interesting because I asked my friend for, a gel, which she had to go searching for, and then a shine serum, any kind of oil, and everything she
doesn't. It's not a curly salon. It's just a friend of ours that's got a salon.
Yes, yes. And she does not carry my products, which that's, whatever, her choice. So anyway, as I tried using some of these products, I quickly learned that these are exactly what we talk about not using. So it was funny because Megan, the first one with the long blonde hair, you know, I squirted the oil, the shine serum into my hand, and it was so slick. I said, I turned to her and I showed her and I said, give me your hand. And I squirted it into her hand and I said, feel that? And she said, yeah. And I said, this is exactly what you don't want to use on your curls. This is all silicone. It was just so slick, which, yes, would on the surface make your hair feel amazing, but over time it's going to build up on the hair and cause it to dry out because it's just coating it. So anyway, it was really interesting, but that's, you know, I just worked with what I had to work with, and we just kind of, you know, laughed about it, and it was like, well, I don't know about this gel. It might be crunchy, you know, but, you know, both of these models were used to the Raw Curls products, so they were real excited to be able to go back, you know, and use their own Raw Curls products after the haircut. Because it was going to give even a better, amazing result to their curls.
Yeah, both of them turned out really well. All right, let's go to the next question. This is from Chelsea Martin. Why does my hair feel gunky when I try to refresh, and how do I potentially fix it? I'm assuming what she means is she's talking about second day curls, third day curls. She goes to refresh and it's gunky.
Okay,
basically the same thing off of just are we just going off the last answer?
Kind of. It's, you know, that depends on the products that you're using because, you know, different products have different feels to them. They may have more of a coating feel to it, you know, like if there's a pomade or a cream, you know, even just try. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Why are you pushing that one forward?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Just an accident. Just need some room.
So anyway, he can't behave. So even if I've taken products and tried to mix them together, you know, other products than Raw Curls, and sometimes they just curdle up. And even actually with our own product, the Raw Curls products, when we were developing them, that's a chemistry lesson in why we talk about sometimes you can't mix things together because they don't cooperate.
They don't play well together.
They don't play well together. Yeah, because you know, you could get real technical. There's positive and negative charges and all that. And so just kind of like the oil and water example, some things you just can't mix together. They repel or do the opposite, or they'll just chunk up. So you could be getting some of that going on depending on what she's using.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Claire Benton. She's got the next question for us tonight. Why is it that I have perfect ringlets in the wispy little hairs around my face, but the length of my hair is all loose, frizzy waves? Sounds like she's got longer, probably, I'm guessing, 2B, 2Cs if I have to guess. And
okay. Well, everyone's curl pattern is different, and I do see that a lot where sometimes people have the tighter curls around their hairline, you know, the front, or the back, or the entire hairline, and then it's straighter on top. But some of that could just come from, like I say, the natural curl pattern that you have in your hair, because we have different patterns sometimes on the same head.
Sure.
Like I have straighter pieces on my left side than I do on my right. Things like that are very common, but also it could be from the abuse that, you know, is being done to the hair. So if there's, you know, blow drying or a lot of heat being used or highlighting, things that are going to loosen that curl, because if it's dehydrated, if it's damaged, then the curl, you don't get as good of a curl formation. So, you know, I see that a lot where somebody used to do relaxers or, you know, different treatments to their hair, flat ironing, and then, you know, years and years of that. And they come in and they have all those straight pieces on the end, but their new growth is real curly.
Right.
You know, it definitely does change the curl pattern.
Sure.
And some people like that. Like Julie always, you know, she actually likes to damage her hair a little bit.
She's one of our stylists, one of our curl stylists at our salon.
One of my stylists at the Raw Hair Organic Salon, because she has a type 4 curl, and for her it helps actually elongate her hair, so she doesn't mind dealing with a bit of damage because it loosens her curl. Yeah.
You know, another thing I'll bring up, and for those of you who are new or aren't from our Curly Girl support group, it's a 45,000 member group in Facebook. It's called the Curly Girl Support Group, and we hang out in there a lot, as do our stylists and whatever. You get a lot of good information every day. I'm in there all day, every day. But I do see many women on a regular basis who, when you look at their curls, I mean, and they're using decent products. They're following the Curly Girl method. So they're not using heat and whatever. Other than drying whatever. And their hair is not symmetrical, or their curls. Let me rephrase that. Their curls are not symmetrical, and I really believe that. That looks really pretty on a lot of women, but I don't think they really get that. I think they're looking for, for like total structure in their hair, and it's just not natural, and not everybody's going to get that.
Well, it's kind of the fun thing about curly hair is it is what it is. It's kind of wild. It's kind of free, and that's what makes it fun and interesting.
Sure, and that's what I think. But you really be surprised how many women they look at that, and to them it's not pretty, and I'm like, no, it is. You're not. You're looking at it wrong. All right. How about let's do another one? You got any fun? You got a fun fact?
No, we did enough fun facts.
Did we do enough fun facts? All right. Questions. Okay. Samantha Miskey. She's got our next question tonight. Here, before we go into that question, I will throw something else out that I didn't at the beginning. For those of you, remember I said there's a lot of really neat things going on here. We are actually we've got well over 320 questions this week. Obviously, we can't get through them, and we've realized that over the last couple of months.
But thank you all for submitting.
Thank you all for submitting. But what we're going to start,
will.
What we are going to start doing here is we're going to start doing a daily one question Q&A show. So it's going to be a one question thing. We'll do it on Instagram. We'll do it on Facebook and YouTube. So we'll do it on 3 platforms. We may do it in our podcasts. I don't know. I haven't. Maybe that's iffy. We'll see. But it'll be on the other on the other platforms. But it's going to be really cool. So every day you'll get one. I'll try to keep it under 5 minutes. So you'll get a bite size curly Q&A every day. And we're really, really looking forward to that. And we'll number them so you can keep track. So anyway, Samantha Miskey, let's go to you. I've straightened my hair for 20 plus years and started the Curly Girl method in January of this year. How long would you say it could take for my hair to reach its full curl potential?
Right. So that kind of is what we were just talking about. Depending on, how her hair is responding, it could take a long time. Sometimes it has to just be cut, depending on how much damage has been done, if that curl's not bouncing back. Some people's curl bounces back pretty quickly. But it just all depends on the hair. So it could take a couple weeks, a couple months. It could take a year. Yeah.
Everybody different?
Absolutely different, and depends on, how much damage has been done.
Yeah. So patience is really the key on it? Really the key. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go to Carla Vatsmeyer. Carla Vatsmeyer. What volumizing product is the best for wavy, fine hair?
What volumizing product?
Volumizing.
Well, I'm going to say I am biased, on this answer. I'm going to say the Raw Curls volumizing mousse. So that's a really great product for getting additional volume and body in the hair. And
What about this stuff?
There's different mousses and volumizing products in pretty much every curly line, I believe. So something, I think they tend to be more of like a mousse or a spray texture, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yep. So, but there's many out there, but that's what I would tend to use as my go-to for volume, is a volumizing mousse or foam.
I don't have my cheaters, so I don't even know what ingredients are in this.
Because those are really light. They're going to help to, lift the hair, not weigh it down.
Right.
They swell. That's what they kind of are made to do, is to help to swell the hair.
Yeah. Oh, here's a fun one. You ready for another fun one?
Sure.
Leslie Heyer would like to know, can curly hair ever be completely frizz-free?
I'm just going to go with no.
No,
I know it's not the answer that people want to hear, but
yeah, and if a product is ever created that does it, I want to be that guy.
Well,
Boy, do I want to be that guy.
yeah. I mean, again, it's what curly hair is, and it is a coarser, frizzier texture many times, and not for everybody. I mean, some curlies really don't have frizz, but
But at the same time, there's a lot of curlies that look really good with a little bit of frizz.
exactly, exactly. And again, it's that whole kind of wild and free look. It's all a
Mm-hmm.
part of having curly hair.
Yeah.
And yes, we want to control it. You don't want it to be out of control, but I just don't get bent out of shape over having a little bit of frizz. It's like, I mean, unless my hair was standing up like, what was that Friends with Monica when she got married?
Barbados.
And kept
Was
getting,
that?
no, it was Hawaii and it kept getting
No, it was
bigger.
Barbados. It's on our Instagram account this week.
Oh, it is?
Got 1,000 likes.
Oh gosh, that's funny. But so we try to control it
Didn't
as
go
best
well.
as we can, with products but to say that it's ever going to be completely frizz free, I'm going to go with no.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. wish,
It
wish,
can still look amazing.
right,
Just,
but the answer is no. Okay, I'm going to skip ahead a question. Let's go to Cassie Holland. Am I totally screwing you up, Brett? Okay, not screwing them up. Go to Cassie Holland. I have waves/curls underneath, but thicker, straighter hair on the top layer. Would layers help bring out more waves, curls? She's a redhead here.
Oh,
Oh,
I wonder if she has frizz.
I don't know. She'd like to know. So it sounds like
Read it again.
she's got waves and curls underneath,
Waves
but
and
she's got thicker, straighter hair on the top layer. Sounds like it's not. So her
Okay.
curls are underneath. Sounds
Yeah.
like she's got thicker, straighter hair on the top, and would like to know if she goes to her stylist if cutting in layers would give more wave and curl.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Can you explain how?
Yes. So putting in some layers is going to help remove some of the weight that's holding that hair down. And so that would definitely help to bounce the curls and waves up as much as possible. I
Okay.
always, some people, that's why they don't like to have layers in their hair because they want it to be more weighed down.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is definitely a good solution and something that we do in most curlies
Good.
because it just looks pretty. Yep. And it helps to give more elongation and lift to the hair rather than just,
Yeah.
weighing it down and having your curls hanging.
Right. All right, let's get a couple more in before we run out of time. I swear to God, I'm gonna try to stay more in that 30-minute time. I'm gonna try. I swear I'm
Where's
gonna
the
try.
clock?
It's on my wrist, and that's why I've been looking at it. So
You need a
I know
clock in here.
I know about where we are. I know about where we started. I know. Well, right up there is where I'm gonna put it. So I can literally watch it. You know what we should
I'm
do?
gonna get my little timer and put it
Well,
right here.
ding, right? They have there's like a sports show on ESPN, and they have that. They come up with a topic, and then they have like 60 seconds, and then it dings, and they got to go to the next one.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Academy
I would not-
Awards.
Yeah, I'm not. No, yeah, I can't.
Time
do
is
that.
up.
I can't do that. It's gonna have to be digital though. Anyway,
As long as it's, we need a gong.
all right. Okay.
Gong
All right.
show.
Let's go on. Let's go on to the next one. This is from Ashley Ibrahim. Why did my hair look great the first week into the curly girl process, and now it consistently looks like garbage? Oh, I could answer.
Go ahead.
We could answer. It's very. I see this all the time. Now, like I said, for those of you who don't know, in the curly girl sport group, I'm in there a lot, and I don't comment a lot unless I have to. I let you guys kind of do your thing, and but I see this a lot. I see a lot of women start the curly girl process, and they don't start it right. And one of the things that they do right off the bat is, they've been using products that they don't even realize have been coating their hair for, I don't know, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. They have no idea. Then all of a sudden, they switch products and think that that's going to be the, the end all be all. We need to do a show, maybe like an hour long deal, maybe, and like go through this whole process where somebody can watch and know exactly how it's supposed to play out. But back to the question, what I believe is they'll do that, and those products that they'll use that are curly girl approved, let's just call them that, are just sitting on top of what they had been using, and they're wondering, why is my hair not getting better? Well, you need to clarify and detox, but nobody's told them that, or if they have told them that, they're like, what the heck does that mean? They just don't know.
But why would
The
it
other
look
thing
good at
is
first?
what?
But she's saying it looks good at first, and then all of a sudden,
Because my guess is because she's switching to better products, curly girl friendly products, and so right from the start, probably first time, hey, all of a sudden it looks great. Maybe she's using something that controls frizz, so right off the bat. But I do believe that. And the second thing, it's just like building a house. You got to start from a good foundation, and I know this is hard for a lot of people, just because of there's just not enough of these stylists. But starting with a curly cut by a curl professional, that's your bedrock right there. That and clarifying and detox. But if you don't do those two right from the start, you're not starting with a good foundation, and you're just trying to pile on your crappy foundation. And I see it all the time. All the time. I see so many, and I understand why so many women get frustrated, on their curl journey, a month in, 2 months in, because I can see it, they're not looking a ton better like they expect. And I think it really comes down to, a foundational issue of, curly cut and a detox. Did I answer it all?
yeah, I think so. As a matter of fact, we had that happen with somebody that came into the salon. She came in and bought the Raw Curls products, and it looked great. And then all of a sudden, it wasn't looking great. So she came back to talk to us, and we said exactly that. That you probably need to do a detox and clarify all that other stuff off your hair and start over. And then she just came in for a curly cut when I was gone. So.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Did you see any pictures? How did it look?
Great. Yeah,
Good.
it looked good. So I'm waiting to hear, how she's doing now after all that.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, hopefully that helps. Let's go to the next question. Janice, this is a 4-name person. I always laugh at 3-name persons. This is a 4-name person. This is Janice Pershing Lofquist Among.
Wow.
That's a lot of names. Is there a safe way to add blonde highlights to light brown? She had blonde hair growing up, but to add blonde highlights to light brown curly hair. My stylist has been using bleach to highlight just the top layer and camouflage the silvers coming in. However, even though my hair is in good condition, I'd rather not highlight at all or find a healthier way to accomplish a similar look. And Juliana Kinnison adds, is there a safe way to highlight? So she added on to that question. So I guess that's probably, the easiest way to ask that question. Safe way to highlight curls?
Well, there is, but not to get the look that she wants. So, that's the problem. Everybody wants to be blonde, but then, unfortunately, the law of hair color is you only can lift a certain number of levels, which means you can only go so light without using bleach. So if you have brown hair and you want to be blonde, you got to use bleach, and people will call it lightener or whatever it is, but that's bleach. So again, that's just the law of color, and you just cannot get beyond a certain lightness unless you switch to a lightener or bleach. So yeah. So then, if that's not what you want, then, you can achieve it with high lift colors or just using colors to get a different tone, or, you can put highlights in the hair, but just not as light.
Okay. So that's a tough one.
Yeah. Well, there's just no other way.
Just isn't. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Okay. Natalie Wetzel is our next question for you.
Okay.
I'm letting my bangs grow out. These hairs don't seem to know which way to curl some days. I use clips while it dries, so I'm wondering which direction to twirl, towards my face or away from my face. Think about that.
Funny. No, because I've seen it.
I guess. Good question.
She should use those twirlers.
Right.
Oh,
Those aren't
those are
twirlers,
for
though.
root lift.
Those are for root lifts.
Okay.
I'm not going to show them to you. I'll do it in another episode, but there's an interesting product that's in the testing stages that we're testing for someone.
Okay.
But we'll talk about it on a different show.
Yeah.
We're not going to get to that question.
So, which way is totally up to you. Which way do you want it to go, And I do see that in bangs a lot because sometimes there's not enough room for them to twirl or curl, So, like with mine, if it was cut shorter, they would only be able to curl a certain amount because I have a softer curl pattern. So, and then just depending on where you are in that curl pattern is going to determine which way. So whether, my hair, let's see, how can I show you? So if it was to this point, it's going to kick out like it is. If it's to this point, it's going to kick back. Does that make sense? Because of the way that it's curling.
Can you guys see that?
Yeah. So depending on how long that curl is in that bang section or anywhere on the head is going to determine which direction it goes. So, if you want to manipulate it, that's up to you. But whether it goes forward or back, that's you're going to either work with it or against it, and depending on where it is in its curl pattern.
Okay.
But yeah, you can clip it. You could, finger curl it.
Do you have that problem at all?
Do I have that problem? Yeah, I do have that problem. I can relate. So sometimes, especially these, I really have to, encourage that curl. Sometimes they're straight. Sometimes they just are. Sometimes they're poking me in the eye and it drives me crazy. So yes, I take it and I twirl it because I want it to get out of my eye.
Okay.
Yep. So I sure do.
Okay, good. All right. Well, hopefully that helps, Natalie. All right, that's it. That's our last question. That's it. I told you I'm gonna stay, and we ran longer than I thought.
Should I share my last fun fact?
A couple minutes. Yeah, go ahead and share your last fun fact.
Okay.
Is it gonna embarrass me?
No.
Okay,
it's
good.
not gonna embarrass
Just
you.
asking. Just getting prepared.
Okay.
Well, last week and the week before, I'm like, God. Anyway,
What?
I can't remember, but
It wasn't me.
I don't remember.
It was
Go on.
about your car or something.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay.
These women attacking me. Anyway.
Oh gosh. So my last fun fact for the day is that probably nobody knows this because I hardly knew it. I actually have a stepbrother. And I got to meet and hang out with him this last week, which was really fun. I've only met him maybe 2 or 3 other times.
I've met him, I think, once.
Huh? Once?
Yeah.
No, maybe twice.
Maybe twice. Yeah.
Yes, because he was in the military, so he's lived all over the world. He was always traveling in Hawaii or Australia, California, everywhere. And so I only had met him a couple times. So last week was the first time that we actually got together and got to hang out. He's the same age as you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so we got along really well. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of work to do, and we got everything accomplished. But yeah, he was really awesome. It was fun. I'm glad. I said I like him better than my real brother.
It's too many people. We're not going. There's too many people watching this.
No, I'm just kidding.
Seems like a decent guy. Spent his whole career in the military.
Yeah, no, but he was really great. He was awesome. It was fun. I was excited to get to hang out with him. Yeah.
Good. Wonderful. Okay. All right. That's it. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Make sure if you've got any questions, feel free. You can post them in the comment section here. And if I get a chance, I'll look at them. Or if Melanie does, she will. What else? Oh yeah. For questions, if you got questions that you'd like answered during our new daily show or next week's Q&A, go in the Curly Girl support group on Thursday, and you'll see a post for the episode number 81 where we ask for questions, and you can post them there, and maybe we'll answer it live on the show. We do as many as we can, and like I said, with our new format where we're going to start doing the dailies, and with the podcasting too, it's going to be really, really cool. So we'll be able to do way more episodes, and then maybe when Melanie retires, we'll do them every day.
Well, sounds like you are doing them every day.
Well, maybe we'll do half-hour shows every day.
Oh,
Who knows?
gosh.
You never know. There's how many questions there are. I mean, there's questions for, gosh, a couple of months. I have at least a couple of months worth of questions. So
That's good.
Anyway, so that's it. So all right. Okay.
Thank you all for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next week. Take care. Have a good curl week.